All right, he doesn't really need much introduction. He's the BMF champ. He's an MMA pioneer. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. Now he's a promoter as well of iKON FC, Jorge Masvidal. And Gamebred, just want to ask, how are you finding this new phase of your career, man, now as the promoter?
I love it, man. We've been promoting fights now. The Gamebred sticker for like a year and change. It's going to be 2 years shortly. I love it. It was very natural fit. Since I started fighting, and I don't know, maybe like 10 years into my career, I was like, there's a lot of things I would change as a promoter, add, take away, make my own formula. And that's what I'm doing now. I basically created that, where I'm going to get fighters to fight for me because they're fighters and they're like, man, I like how this guy sets up the fights. I like the sponsorships he brings in. I like the shows that he brings in, the attention that he brings in. So that's basically it, and just go around the country finding the best up-and-coming guys to fight the best up-and-coming guys and let them have fun.
I love it, man. Has it been more challenging maybe than you thought it would be? I mean, the fight game inside and out, but being on this side of it, did it give you some surprises?
I mean, I've always had like promoter friends, matchmaker friends, so I've always been very like hand in hand with the business in all aspects. In the beginning, because I want to know, am I getting a fair pay? Like, I start talking, asking questions, so through that I developed relationships, and then now that I'm in it myself, I know so much before I ever even officially became a promoter. I already had a good, good idea of what I was getting myself into, right? So what I could definitely tell you is that the promoting business is a heartbreak business, I've had main events, co-main events a week, 10 days before just fall out of everybody's hands. Not that the fighter didn't want to fight. Car crashes, freaking, just some crazy stuff has happened in like very short time. And I'm just like, okay, next. You get upset, you freak out. I grab my fucking phone, I throw it across the fucking room. And then, if I'm in a hotel and it's not my credit card, I'm fucking up the hotel, I'm breaking some TVs in there. But then once that's all over, it's like, all right, next city, next opponent, who's going to headline? Let's just get to it. So in that sense, yeah, it's very heartbreaking. Though coming into it, I knew that was a big factor. I knew that at any moment a fight could fall off because I'm a fighter. At any moment, something could happen, fights are off, So it's heartbreaking in that, but also it's some of the best shit I've ever done, period. I'll give you an example. For GFC, we were the first MMA promotion to ever pay out in cryptocurrency. So what we did was we gave bonuses for fight of the night, knockout of the night, the usual, right? And we paid in Ethereum. And we gave the guys about $5,000 in Ethereum. About like 6-7 months later, I want to say a good amount of the guys that won those bonuses, not all 7 months, but at different times, wrote me like some of the best letters. Hey, that $5,000 you gave me turned into $30,000. Thank you, my brother. Yada, yada, yada. And then the next guy, hey, man, that $5,000 you gave me, I invested in this. I did that. I got fucking $50,000 out of it. I can't believe it. Thank you. Like, what the fuck?
Awesome.
That's crazy. So those are the things that I like to bring as a promoter, besides being on the UFC Fight Pass platform, besides getting all these eyeballs looking at them. So the guys come here hungry and give it all they got on that day and just keep it moving after that.
I love it, man. Well, speaking of moving, you're moving, man. You're in Savannah, Georgia right now on the road. iKON FC4 is going to take place there Friday, August 5th. Man, you're out there, shaking hands and pushing the brand. You're not just putting your name on this organization. You're going out there trying to introduce people to the world to iKON FC.
Oh, definitely. There's not anything that my name is involved in that you see my name is there, unless I'm like a silent partner or something, then you wouldn't know that I was involved with it. I'm very hands-on, I'm not going to tell you I'm picking out every fight on every card, but on the main card, I have something to do with every fight that's on the main card, from the main event all the way down, whether it's a yes or a no, or I don't think so, or hey, I know a guy that'll be a better fit. I'm very involved in that. The promoting, obviously, I'm the one that's going out there. Did like 3 radio stations today, 2 local TV channels. Like I'm out there, it's me, and I'm gonna get after it, man. I'm a worker.
I love it, man. The main event here. I should say, by the way, tickets available, ikonfc.com/shop. People can get general admission tickets. They can get VIP tables. You got Josh Blyden versus Stephen New in the main event. Joe Schilling is going to be on this card, which, that's a guy that always brings it every time he fights. So let me know, Jorge. When you're booking cards, What are you looking for in fights? I mean, are you looking for people that fight the same way you do, or is it about an attitude, or like what are you looking for people to say like, yeah, that's a guy I want on my card?
One of the main characteristics I look for is the dog in somebody. You know, winning or losing, are you still gonna keep giving it your all? I like athletes. I love guys that have talent. But when a talented guy is a dog, it's different, you know. And I'll explain like by a dog, like you hurt somebody, they want to put them away. They're hurt, they're tired, they don't care. They're still gonna come forward. They're gonna fight whether they win or lose. They're just gonna fight, and that's what I really really like. You know, obviously I want spectacular knockouts or great submissions, but I just want those guys that never take no for an answer. Don't quit, whether they're a great athlete or not. It's fighting. This is the one thing that if you don't have the best 3-pointer or the best 40-yard dash, it doesn't matter. If you're a hard worker, if you get after, if you're atrocious in practice, if you're relentless, you could go very far in the sport. And I love those dogs, man. I really like the dogs, you know.
I love it, man. That's sage advice for any fighter. All right. Well, you're in the promoting game, but we know you're still in the fighting game too. You know, everybody wants to know, when are you coming back? When do we get to see Game Bread back in the cage? What's the date on the calendar you're looking at?
The date, I wish I could give you an exact date on the calendar. As we know, I got some like legal issues, so I you know, some things are out of my hand, out of my control. So I just got to figure out some things, let some things pass, get all my ducks in a row, and then come up with an official date. You know, I don't want to promise the fans. Usually I'm pretty on point. You know, I say I'm going to be around this date, and I end up coming through on that date. I don't want to say that right now because some things are just out of my hands. I'm just sitting back, let the chips fall where they may, my brother. But I wouldn't mind breaking somebody's face. And you might have heard of his name. He sells that cheap ass whiskey. He punches old people in bars. No, fuck this guy.
That's the one. That's the one that makes sense for you.
And also it's a big old paycheck, you know.
That helps. That helps.
Then after that, you know, just, you know, keep going down the route. If I couldn't get Conor, obviously because he's the biggest paycheck there, Gilbert Burns is another fight that I would love, just because you know, I remember I was there when he pretty much turned that corner. I was there in China when Gilbert was fighting this Russian dude. And Gilbert at 55 wasn't spectacular. He was cutting way too much weight. Didn't have the power or the speed that he has now, which is actually funny, right? You go up in weight, you gain more speed, more power. But that's just what he did. And since then, he turned the corner, fought for the world title, has beaten ex-world champions, numerous great contenders. You know, so Gilbert's a fight that stylistically, I want to do it because I know the fans are just going to go nuts, you know. If anybody that knows Gilbert and knows me knows, man, that's going to be fireworks wherever the fight goes. The floor, the stand-up, it doesn't matter. It's going to be fucking fireworks, you know.
That'd be a phenomenal fight. Jorge, I know obviously you can't speak about pending litigation. Anybody would know that. But I guess the one question fans want to know is, does that have to be resolved before you can book a fight? Like, does that all have to be done, or can you fight while it's going on?
No. Can I fight while it's going on? Yeah, it's not like they've put a mandate on me that I can't fight, but just there's certain things that would be better if they were done already. If we just kind of had more of a clear picture, you know, not that it's completely done, because you know the defendant, snitch ass defendant, Colby Covington, you know, he's trying to make my life hell, man. So I gotta do things right, you know, and get back in there when I may, you know.
Understood.
After all this is done, go beat Conor's ass, go beat somebody else's ass. I'm fucking that dude up again, but in the cage.
You gotta get paid for it this time. You don't want to do this. All right,
man. But no, those are allegations. Everything else is allegedly, you know. I don't know what they're talking about, but I would like to face that individual in the cage again.
I feel like your life may have been in danger at the time, but we won't talk about it. Usman and Edwards, I want to ask you, that title fight, man. Does that title fight excite you? Do you like Edwards' opportunity in that fight? What do you think about that one?
How about me being in a title fight contention again? Leon wants to fight me after he beats what's his name, huh? So it's like, what? I'm in the mix. I'm fucking up that guy that sells a cheap whiskey and does too much cocaine, or I'm fighting Gilbert Burns. When I'm fighting Leon for the title, you know, I'm keeping all the fans on the edge of the seat, man, which is what I love to do. Don't ever forget, I'm the guy that took that world championship fight, 6-day notice in the middle of fucking Corona, got in a fucking plane, 6-day notice, went all the way over there. Even you know how eerie and trippy Kanye West was running for president. remember those times? Same guy that fought for the damn title, you know? So I don't know what me myself is going to do. Sometimes I got a lot of options on the table, But like I said, I got to get my ducks in a row, figure out a couple things. I'll be back in there, man.
Hey, listen, I think the fight with Edwards has to happen, right? I mean, there's too much of a backstory there. It has to happen.
Definitely. And I like that he said in England. I would love to break his face again in England. That would be like very, and I feel like I'm an English dude at times, man. When I'm over there, I'm like, bro, am I English or something, man? Because these people love to fight, love to have a good old time, man.
I love it. Hey, last thing I wanted to ask you about, Jorge, Fight Pass Invitational, just after the Sunday of International Fight Week. Let me just say something, Jorge. You're bringing in the ringers, bro. Craig Jones and Bo Nickel on the squad. I mean, we just – I don't want to be disrespectful to any of the other teams, but I kind of feel like we should probably just write the $25,000 check right now.
I don't mind it. You know what? I'll give him a break. Give me $24,000 cash. We'll call it a deal. No, yeah, I got some killers on Enrique Coco, another freaking killer, Craig Jones. I mean, we got some murders in there, man. And my guy Enrique, I actually grew up with him, man. We're childhood friends. Phenomenal grappler. Not a lot of people know him, but this guy's one of the better grapplers, period. And for submissions and the way that it's just set up, it's a guy to keep your eyes on.
I love it, man. Well, Jorge, always great catching up with you. I know you're busy today, so I won't keep any longer. But it's iKON 4. It's August 5th. Jorge, let the promoter promote, man. If somebody's wondering, why should they tune in? Why should they buy a ticket? Why should they get a VIP table? What do you tell them?
iKONFC.com for the tickets. If you can't view it in person, you want to view it streaming, UFCFightPass.com, which we're the number 2 most fucking viewed promotion. We got less than a year with them. We got months with them. We already have the number 2 spot. It's not because I'm so good looking. It's nothing to do with this, John. It's to do because I bring the best fucking talent to fight. I got these cards so evenly matched. I'm getting number 1 badass versus number 2 badass in the regional section and just putting them to fight. And that's what I do. That's what I do on my downtime. I go home after training sessions, get my little food. My guys start sending me videos. Hey, what do you think of this guy? Nah. Oh, damn, who's this guy? Okay. Who's that guy? Yeah, let's go. Okay, boom. That's how the fights get made. So if you like my fighting style, you'll appreciate these fights coming up.
I love it. Jorge, appreciate the time. Savannah, Georgia, get your tickets. Everybody else watching on Fight Pass. Thank you, brother.
God bless, man. Have a good one.